he was in a funk. He was in a little. He was in a slump. He was in a slump. Thank you, Cerny. That's what I was trying to say. And Cerny and I don't even know how, pulled 2 great shots out of us.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
And Joe just goes, "These 2 fucking idiots are just hitting the ball well," and just storms off and drives off in his golf cart. He's pissed.
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that the show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Yes, once again, or for the very first time.
Well, for the very first time in a very long time. We smashed a little golf this weekend, Cerny.
Since, like we said before, that was since 2019.
Oof. And I'll just say, speaking for myself, I think the gameplay reflected such a gap in practicing.
Oh, I echo that. It showed.
Yeah, I'm a little bit sore today.
My elbows are sore, which is weird.
Your elbows?
Yeah.
Was the last time we went golfing when I decided it was a good time to try to just barrel roll out of the golf cart? That wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I think he actually hurt himself.
Yeah. I got my bell rung on that one. That was, yeah. So we got together. We had the deal is with the crew is you have Cern's birthday in March, in mid-March. Yes. Then Joe's in late April, and then mine in
early April. It's April 13th.
13th, okay. So we have within a 45-day window, we have 3 of the 4 friends' birthdays.
No one cares about Dana.
Yeah, Dana.
Dana.
He's down there in November somewhere or whatever.
Yeah, early November.
Yeah, and
7.
so we decided what a great opportunity, and we're getting vaccinated. Cerny and I are topped up. Dana's topped up. We're all good to go. So let's maybe go. Let's swing the sticks.
Let's get around
in
on the links.
Now I had high hopes, foolish hopes, as it turned out, that I was going to go to the driving range and work some of the kinks out.
Yes.
Refamiliarize myself.
Like riding a bike.
With the clubs, yeah. Now, that didn't happen. And Cerny, you at least had a
around a top golf. So I had
how many
little
swings?
bit in there.
How many swings do you think you had at top golf? 25?
It was like 40. Actually, I know exactly. It was exactly 40.
Okay, that's not too bad.
No,
that's like 3 holes for me on Sunday. It's about 40 swings.
Well, I like how you and I were like 3 swings into the game, 3 missing balls. Went through his sleeve in the first 3 fucking swings.
Yeah, it was not. I don't even know what the total got up to on balls. Now the thing is too, we're using these really cheap. I don't even know if they're cheap, but we got the balls for free.
Yeah,
from Cerny's work golf tournament. The beauty of this is it provides us an annual re-up of our fill up of our golf balls that we have given away to various golf courses over the year.
And it's the good thing that we play once a year. Otherwise, we might have to
invest in some, like Costco. We'll go halvesies on a Costco box next time. So
there you go.
So
maybe a pallet.
A pallet. And we, I don't think the balls are anything special, but because we got them for free, I'm also not. It's not a Pro V1 where it costs $5 for a golf ball, and I got to hunt for this thing. I don't care too much.
We're nowhere good enough to be swinging anything Pro V.
No.
It doesn't make a difference if it's a range ball or,
we could put a dirt plot on there. I think we'd be fine.
Yeah. Or Joe's like, okay, so I'm going to try to hit it high to the left and have the wind take it back. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm just trying to make solid contact and then I'll let the ball go where it decides to go.
I'm just
Hopefully it's
trying
in play.
Exactly.
Or close enough so I can make it in play.
I'm going to try to keep it between just in the fairway. That's a win. That's a huge win for me.
Yeah.
Huge win. So without question, Cerny and I buddied up in the golf cart. We start.
As we usually do.
Yeah, I mean, we usually do that. And I think Joe, he likes to. He's very serious. He's very serious about his golf.
He is a class citizen when we're on the links.
He's correcting us about things we're doing wrong, like etiquette wise.
Yes, like don't drive the cart there.
Yeah.
Don't be walking them. Don't be walking here. Don't
fix your divots, blah, blah, blah. But this is the same person that, if given the opportunity, would probably wear jorts to a wedding. So,
and the world is his urinal,
the world is exactly. So now the golf course we selected was Wild Horse in Davis, California, because it's sort of equidistant between everybody.
Yeah, I favored us a little bit over here in the valley, but
yeah, wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad.
It was about a 45-minute drive for us.
Okay. It was about an hour and like 5 for me. So not too bad. Not too bad. But our normal one that we went to in Fairfield, which I think is exactly an hour for everybody, was taken. So I had forgotten Davis there. If you're not familiar with Davis, California, it's plagued by, it's just windy as fuck.
The winds were howling. I was surprised. Joe on the way up here was telling us all the scouting report on the course that he did.
Did he do a whole read up on the course and tell us how it playing?
I don't know. I think he's asking his dad. His dad's played every course ever, so he was like, "Okay, so either it's gonna be nice and calm, or it's gonna be like 30-mile-an-hour winds." That's what I know. And I was like,
"Oh
fuck, okay."
And of course, what do we get, Cern?
Oh, we got at least 30.
We got the hurricanes. we got the gale. We got the gale forces coming in.
And for those of you who don't know golf, there was this one hole that made me laugh. But we're like 130, 140
yards or something.
Yeah. And that's usually like, you get your pitching wedge out, maybe a 9. And Joe actually got his driver out.
Which Joe can probably hit 300 yards?
Yeah, 315, I think is what he said. And I was like, oh boy. And the wind was blowing so strong. I mean, it was a damn good shot.
He mashed it and it just got caught up in the wind. And then it didn't even clear. Like he hit it like 120, 100 yards.
Yeah, it actually fell short of the pin still, but it was a nice shot.
Yeah, but he got all of it. The wind was, I mean, we don't need stuff like that. And mixed in with Cerny, we got enough. I know. We don't need anything harder. We don't need difficult mode on. We need easy.
No.
We need easy mode.
Go back to the settings.
Yeah. Go back to system preferences. Let's redo this whole thing. I think the key thing is that everybody had fun. We had a good time.
Was a blast. It's always a blast.
Now, usually there's a hole or two where Chip and Cern, like this, how the saying goes, a blind squirrel catches a nut every once in a while, right? Like it's just gonna happen.
True. It happens.
Playing 18 holes and you're taking, 10 swings a hole, one of those swings is going to be
going to connect.
It's going to connect and you're going to do what you meant to do. And of course that moment lined up perfectly when Joe was on a screaming descent skill. He was in a not a bad way, but he was in a funk. He was in a slump. He was in a slump. He was in a slump. Thank you, Cerny. That's what I was trying to say. And Cerny and I don't even know how, pulled 2 great shots out of us.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
And Joe just goes, these 2 fucking idiots are just hitting the ball well, and just storms off and drives off in his golf cart. He's pissed.
You and I hit him right. Yeah, that's right. We hit it
gosh.
Get the longest iron out there. It doesn't fucking matter. And you and I just fucking smacked it right there. And he's like, 2 fucking idiots connected.
And Joe's like, what club are you hitting? I'm like, well, hold on. And I have to stop what I'm doing and like lift my club because I don't even remember what I grabbed because that's how much I'm not paying attention. And when Joe's approaching a shot, he's bringing 2 or 3 clubs.
He brings his
his
bag
eagle eye. He's got the sniper scope where you just put the laser.
The bird's nest.
Yeah. It's like it's 140 to the front of the pin, and that big tree's 110 there. And he just takes it super seriously, which I appreciate. And I love him for it. Because I always ask him what clutch.
You can ask him, and he's always a great teammate. He'll tell you what to do and what you did wrong. I mean, sometimes he's tells his lack of talent.
Yeah. Which is, it's not incorrect.
Fair.
It's a fair critique. Now, the thing about Joe and why I think makes it so fun is because for every scenario in golf, Joe has a witty comeback. Just a quick one-liner.
Yeah. Yep.
Doesn't matter what it is. If it's you hit it in the sand pit, he's got 6 things lined up. If you
beach day, bring a towel, sunscreen,
get the sunscreen, that kind of thing. If you over putt it and it goes by, he's got 5 heckles for you there. If you swing and miss, he's got a heckle for everything. And we heard them all, Cerny. I mean,
we heard them before we hit the hole 8. We heard them all.
He went through the Rolodex on that one. And yeah, I think the first couple of holes the wind was dying. The wind wasn't a problem, and then
it wasn't until we got the back. So we they have like a front 9 and a back 9. So the front 9, it was a little windy, but it wasn't too bad. But when we were on the backside,
brutal.
Woo! That's where Joe threw him for a loop, and it was in his head. I said, "Well, welcome to the world of Cern. It's always in your head.
Always, Cern's always in his head." Now, there was ample opportunity for water. There was many water features here.
Yeah, I think I only did a couple times.
I would say you did pretty well. Cern has taken to, you're not entirely super confident in your driver. So usually don't bust it up.
No, I'm not, because you've seen the slice that I hit. They should get a couple physicists out to come study it, because it is. Call up Neil deGrasse Tyson. He might need to figure this one out.
It's really a curious thing, but
it goes like I'll hit it and it'll go straight. Like it'll start out straight, and it'll actually start to drop like it's coming down, and then it just runs the table. Like, you ever seen those videos where
like
the guy's
50-foot
standing on top of a fucking Hoover Dam and he spins the basketball and
yes.
goes, that's kind of like what it is, but sideways. It goes straight for a while, then it goes wow. Just
I don't know how.
Almost like a 90 degrees.
It is. It does, and it goes, and it doesn't. Because you would connect, and I'd be like, "Wow, you certainly got it." He ran into one. This is going to be good, and then it just keeps going, and then it starts getting uglier and uglier, and then it just goes off into somewhere I don't even know.
Someone's backyard.
And yeah. We had plenty of balls to donate that we donated throughout the course.
Plenty of pinnacles were sprinkled around that.
We weren't served any bills in terms of wrecking a house or crashing a golf cart or anything like that. So that's a positive.
Win. You did hit a house.
I did hit a house. I forgot what I did exactly. I mean, yeah, I don't.
You know what? I happened to be looking down. Like, I was looking down. You were, and all I heard is you hit, and then Joe goes, "Uh-oh." And I was like, I looked up, I was like, "Oh, Joe says uh-oh off the thing. We're in trouble."
Yeah, it was definitely, and it was early in the morning too. That probably would have been like 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
So they're probably just walking downstairs, grab the coffee thing, pouring coffee in, whack, cracked roof
It was
tile.
Loud. I didn't see where it hit. I just heard uh-oh, and I looked up. I couldn't see anything. And then you were like, uh-oh. And
boy.
I heard pow. And I was like, oh, okay. Well.
Whoops. Now, just out of curiosity, we didn't hit anything. But how much, I assume those solar panels, if one of those gets smacked with a ball, how much to replace one of those do you think?
I don't know.
Or could it still work? Or would just not as effective?
You would need to replace it. But
yeah.
I don't know how much it would be.
Oh boy. Well, glad glad that wasn't an issue, but just thinking about it got me,
I would argue I would be your attorney, Chip. Like you have solar panels on a golf course that allows people to wear tank tops and jorts on the course, you're asking for it because this is not a country club. These aren't pros.
Yeah, I mean, the equivalent. There was a guy out there. Look, I thought he was going to go do layup practice because he had basketball shorts.
Basketball shorts. Yeah, I saw that guy. Then there was the other guy who looked like he rode his hog all the way over there in his cutoffs. I was like, okay.
Yeah. And here we are, a couple of upstanding citizens with collared shirts on.
Yeah.
Looking good.
You look great.
Crushing a couple Coors Lights and whatnot around.
I did like how Joe had a 12-pack, but it was an 18-pack.
An 18,
he got into it.
Yeah,
he got into it the night before, like what'd you say, like a fucking raccoon
Like
getting into the garbage.
It was too good. But yeah, I mean, we had a great time. Any particular insightful areas or anything we should dig into? There was the tortoise. So
oh yes.
So we approached. This must have been hole like 4 or something, right?
Yeah, it was early.
And the Coors Lights have been cracked and whatnot, and so we were out there. And at these golf courses, it's usually there's a big water feature or a fountain, or they got a koi pond or something. And I look out, and down the fairway is a fucking
like Galapagos tortoise,
a giant tortoise that would weigh like 200 pounds, and it was 3 feet. It was like as big as a dog.
It was like Galapagos, like the big giant Galapagos tortoise.
And I was like, "Holy shit! Does anybody see that fucking turtle right there?" Because I thought it was a real turtle.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like I saw it, and yes, I know these. I have never seen one of these turtles in the wild, so I understand it would be kind of a rare thing. That's why I called everyone's attention to it. But I should have just probably waited a 1, 2, 3, and then noticed that it wasn't moving at all.
Give yourself a 2 count.
Yeah, I should have done the 2 count on it, but it ended up being a statue.
But it was interesting because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, when we said it, I was like, that's not real, but is that real? Why the fuck would they put an obstacle? I mean, I guess it was part of the course, but it's not like it was. Yes, it was off the side a little bit, but it was still well within our range of his smacking.
Oh yeah. So I don't, that's what I thought. You normally don't see like statues or sculpture art around golf courses, so that's why I maybe assumed it was
not in the field of play.
Yeah. What if you hit it and it went under the turtle?
You'd have to.
What are you supposed to do?
If you're serious, like other people, you'd probably have to take like a stroke pill and move it out or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not. Joe saw me use my foot wedge once. He was. Yeah. He threw some shame my way. He was not.
He was throwing shame all day.
All day. Because we just go up and I'm like, huh. I just take my foot and I just kick it. I'm like, oh, this is a great lie right here. And Joe's like, just disgusting.
He's like, what are you doing? Oh God. I think he gives up after a while. He gave up after a while.
We're beyond repair. We're beyond his help, I believe.
We were probably poking at him too. I think after a while, after we were poking at him a little bit, he probably just gives up on us.
Yeah. Joe said something interesting. He said, well, when I don't really care if I do well with you guys or not, because you guys all suck. So how much did he beat us by? 30, 20 strokes?
Oh, yeah, least? Easy. He said he has his best game when he's
so he plays
with us.
Really good with us, but then when he plays with his golfing buddies, who he wants to do well with, he can't. I think because he's overthinking. Because
he had money on it. He had money on it.
Yeah.
And he was telling me how he plays. I can't remember how he fucking plays. It's like
$1 a hole. I mean, I don't know the amount, but
they do swings, and then if you get birdie, whatever. There's all sorts of. He's got a beautiful mind when it comes to the gamble.
Yeah, he can keep a lot of. He's got like a pivot table in his head, but just when it comes to gambling,
he does.
Yeah. But we wrapped it up. I thought we played pretty good pace. There was no issues. The course was nice. Windy though.
No, I thought when we first started, because we had those guys walking in front of us and like the people were waiting behind us, I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be a day. But it was quick.
Nothing's worse than getting squeezed.
Yeah, we have to like let these like play through, like kind of shit.
Or you get the marshal driving by, like looking at you guys. Are you guys all right? We're like, yeah, we're doing fine, and then because, sometimes we like to take liberties with an extra swing or hit another ball or two or three.
Like you shanky, like I'm getting another one.
You put the first one right in the prairie, you might want to get a better ball out there.
Remember when we golfed? Oh, it was over here. Remember they put like a fucking time on our cart. We had to be halfway by a certain time.
Oh, like cutoff times?
What was that?
Like a cutoff?
Well, like to make sure you're playing to pace. Because remember when they called the marshal?
Oh, they would come out and then we would be in. Do we get in trouble?
Several times. That was when we kicked it off in the parking lot with the beer.
Oh, that's right. When he made us take our ice chest all the way back.
Yeah,
we put a lot of work.
We brought back trash bags, which is even better.
Yeah,
but remember when because we made we were playing like an eightsome at one point.
Oh, that's what it was, right? Because we had like 4 carts,
and he was already had talked to us, and he was like, remember he driving up, he was a little nervous, like this is like 8. Yeah, we had we had 4 carts.
Yeah, we had a bunch.
No, 5 because we had Brad following us with our beer and trash bag.
Yeah, and they didn't want us sticking together. That's what it
people
was.
were calling in from their houses. Remember that? People were calling in from their backyard because we weren't playing by the rules. But then I remember him looking at the thing like on our cart. I never even noticed it until he's like, "What's your time? Oh, you're playing ahead of schedule, ahead of pace." So then I said, "What's the deal?"
Right.
I know there's not really the deal is just you just can't do it. I understand he's like, I took pity on the guy.
He's just
he didn't really want to. He was just, doing his job.
So it'd be like, yeah, here's the deal. When you leave, we will be in compliance. But when you drive off, we can't see your cart anymore. We're going to just, we
went right back
to go back to what we're doing.
He came out a couple times.
We're not hurting anybody.
Yeah, we
should have offered him a beer. Maybe that would change his mind.
Remember Joe? I don't know if you remember this. We were golfing, and the guy called out. And then we were doing it again, and he called out again. And remember the people behind us? Joe was like, I think it's these fucking guys. And they came out and say, hey, we didn't call. Like, they came out and say, hey, we didn't call.
Oh, the group behind us.
Yeah, remember when they greased their wheel with some brewskis? Like he gave them a couple Coors Lights. And
oh, I do remember that.
Like,
yeah, that's right. That's right. I do remember.
He was like the golf mobster, stuffing beers in their pocket.
Paying them off. Here's something for yourself. Here's a loaf of bread and some 20s.
Here's a little kickback for you. Keep your mouth shut.
There you go. That was good. Now we no beer cart, which I don't understand why. You can't have someone driving around giving beers out. Feels like a easy way to make some money, but they seemed tight on the staff.
Yeah,
they had 4 people working the entire golf course.
Yeah, the entire golf course. You're right.
And then the food options once we wrapped up were slim.
Yeah,
to say the least.
4 options.
Like you want a hot dog, a hot link, a burger, or a fancy burger. I'm like, fries?
Grilled cheese? You can't do that. You can't take the bun and put cheese on it?
Yeah. So how about all the stuff that goes on a burger? Take all that off and then just put cheese in there and put it on the grill for 2 seconds and melt that shit.
In-N-Out could do it.
I'm like, grilled cheese is the easiest thing to do.
Especially when you have all the components there.
One would think, but yeah. She also, when she's like, hey, what do you guys want to eat? Like, there's never nary a menu is around.
There was no menu. There was no postings. It was just
milkshake. I don't know. What can I get?
Are you assuming we're regulars?
I know.
The guy sitting to my left has announced several times at the table he's not coming back.
He did. I think, pretty much from hole 12 on, that was. I even made an announcement. I'm like, can we all be in agreement that we're not going to come back here?
We could check this course off of our bucket list, but we're not coming back
because the wind.
The wind was rough.
Actually, the course for somebody like us, Cerny, I felt like it was okay. It was a little more forgiving.
Yeah,
but
the only thing is like
some of the holes were just
tough.
That's
and not that I'm anywhere going to be require any kind of maintenance, but the sand was like cement.
And the greens were a little bit bumpy. So, okay.
But that's okay. We played it.
Yeah.
And
for,
it was a lot of laughs, so it's okay.
Yeah, it was good. Everyone had fun. Now, I will say, Cerny, what is this? Now, we all turned 34.
34, yeah.
This was the first golf outing with nary any tomfoolery.
There was no practical jokes besides the last, where you hit him with the reverse.
Oh,
on
the reverse,
swing.
yeah. But, I mean...
But no bags.
No bag dumping.
Being undone.
No smacking dicks. No...
A lot of threats of smacking dicks.
Yes.
But never...
Yes. And then there's usually, in the backswing, hitting the reverse because it throws the beep button. It's
that
so
pile will
effective.
never go away, but
It's that's pretty good. But I guess we're just growing up. It just took us double.
Slow and steady wins the race. We'll get there.
Probably what everyone wishes would have happened when we were 17. Just took double the amount of time to
double the amount
to come to fruition. But but when we did get Joe twice, who was that for? Was that Dana's?
Yeah, that's the same time when they had to come talk to us 3 times.
Oh,
same one.
Oh, and we were being jackasses around.
We were way over the top of tomfoolery.
It was every opportunity we were trying to do something silly.
Yes, that's the tap house.
Oh, that was
the same day for the tap house,
Oh.
and then we went up to the casino and
now I
made
think
more of a fool.
I think when there's more people to entertain and to get a laugh
More
out
of an audience,
more of an audience. There's a little bit more, especially myself. I know I'm a little bit more driven to perform. To perform.
Yes. It's the same time I hit the ball backwards into the water. I mean, it was just
that
all
was
over the board.
Too good. That was too good. We had a good time though. Had a great time. Dana wore a bunch of Niner stuff. Could have went without that, but
it was atrocious. Almost ruined my day.
I think he was trying to ruffle some feathers, as they say. I think I got that.
They are ruffled.
They're officially ruffled. The drive home, did you no traffic, or how did you fare?
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty smooth.
Joe take a nap or anything on the way home, or anything?
No, he was just like hanging out, chit chatting, being Joe. Because it was actually still relatively. We played pretty quick, so our tee time was at 7:20.
Yeah, 7:20.
We were out of there by 1?
1. Yeah,
that was with lunch.
Yeah, that was. And I had to stop and get gas, and then I got grabbed a quick Starbucks for the way home. But I was making great time till hit 37.
Oh God, it's the worst.
So 2-lane highway.
That's the worst highway.
It's and big rigs cut across it too. So get fucked. Get fucked on that one. That's never that'll make or break your trip right there. That'll add 30 minutes on, no problem. And that's what happened. That's what happened.
Yeah, we cruised that back home pretty quickly. Dana had to get to a barbecue, so
right, nice.
So he was out, and then Joe and I split. So,
there you go. Still had half the day to work with.
Yeah, wasn't too bad.
That's great. That's great. Well, Cerny, do you think has your love and your passion been reignited for golf, or are you gonna?
I think so. Actually,
play it cool.
It was a lot of fun, and it's. I like when Joe was one of us yelled about our bad shot, and then he's like, "Hey, do you practice? Then you can't get mad."
Okay, because I was getting frustrated.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry.
Pretty early.
You were good.
Pretty early. Because I don't know. I mean, I guess I feel like most people do this, but if I'm not good at something, kind of right away within a first couple tries, I usually don't continue pursuing that. Right. Unless it's something I want to figure out and I'm motivated, making bread or doing something and figuring out. But for some reason, golf is something that I do with a regular cadence, but I'm just not good. And it bothers me. It really bothers me, you know, like I should be good at, I should at least be okay at this, but I can't.
I think it's just like, I think if we did it more, like Joe says, we would be fine. And Joe would help, you know, because like it's really weird. Like when you're standing there and before you swing, he'll point to where the ball's going to go. And then he's usually right, like 90% of the time.
And I know why you get the heebie-jeebies in the head, because I know when I'm lining up, I can just hear Joe back there, and he goes, "It's going away." You know, you could just hear him whisper and some shit.
You can hear the movements. Like
you hear it,
you know, his arms
and I'm like,
so
he's doing something. Like, he's doing. What's he pointing to? Am I way off? Am I way off?
Yeah, because then you'll be like, look, like what? No, just swing. Sorry. Like, oh fuck.
And then he'll just be like, "Yep." He's like, "That's right where you were aiming. It's right where you." I'm like, "Okay." Just give me a heads up before, so I don't, you know, smash into the drink again every time.
For the third time in a row.
Yeah. It is nice when you're looking around for golf balls, though, and you just try out a couple new. It's like a free trial. Just grab a couple different golf balls.
A couple reloads. a couple cutbacks here.
Won't be such a charity event with the golf balls. Get a couple back in the bag there. Probably waterlogged, but whatever.
Waterlogged.
Whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I probably won't be playing as frequently as Joe, but if I could get some here and there, I think it'd be good.
Yeah.
I always say it, but maybe we should actually start like every so many months, like get together and
every other month or something during the summer.
Yeah.
Okay. Some regularity.
Hit the links, and it's nice if you do it in the morning. Get up, goof off all morning, and then you're home half the day, and you have the rest of the day.
Yeah. I don't think we can convince Joe to come out for 9.
Oh, he's coming out for 18, or he ain't coming out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because for me, 9, I'd be like, okay, I got to golf. I had some fun. I don't have to worry too much about it, and I get a call of the day before it drags on. I'm like, my misery drags on. But, you know, with Joe,
get better, though,
there's no way. There's no way.
Nah.
Which I appreciate, you know. It's like I wouldn't drive for, 2 hours to go run 5 miles. If you run 10 miles normally, you know, kind of thing. It makes sense.
There you go.
I think it makes sense. Makes sense there. But, okay. So if anyone's in the greater Sacramento area or the greater Bay Area and has any golf course recommendations for, let's try to keep it under $80 a round, maybe.
Yeah, don't.
We're not trying to, we don't need a private.
Joe is trying to go to Cache Creek.
I think Joe likes to treat himself to some nice.
Yes.
Some nice.
That was going to be, I think he said that was going to be about $85. He said it's one of the nicest golf course.
Oh, I thought that was like 110 when I saw it.
Oh, maybe he was saying it was only like $15, $20 more than what we paid today. I was like, oh
really?
I didn't know that.
I mean, I'd pay $20 more just to not have the fucking wind going around.
Yeah, he's like, it's one of the nicest courses you'll play in this area. I was like, is that gonna bode well with Chip and Cern? He's like, probably not, but
nice usually equals hard. And that's not something that works,
Yeah. Chip takes one of his practice swings, takes a fucking 8-inch divot, and they're like, get off.
I don't know. I just stopped doing the practice swings because it's not like I was replicating what I did in the previous swing. I wouldn't apply that directly to my next swing.
Yeah.
I wasn't lining anything. I just did it because I think you're supposed to do practice swings. So that's why I was doing them.
It was funny. So it was like, Chipper always takes a divot on his practice swing. The Joe's like, but he never even touches the fucking grass when he swings.
Not a blade of grass. So I don't know. Well, that means I'm making immediate corrections. I'm like, okay, I must be. I don't even know where to start it. Oh, am I dipping my shoulder? Am I club face opening up? Is I closing it up? Am I swinging too high, too low? Jesus, fucking mosquitoes in here. I don't even know where to start with trying to fix myself.
I don't know.
I need a hard reset. I need a reset button.
Reset.
Unplug it, plug
Give
it back
Joe
in.
out there. Honest. You can rib us, but give me some honest feedback too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because
things to work on.
Just
we'll start small, Joe.
Something small. And I was like, Joe, what do you think it is? Why can't I hit this? He goes, you want to know? I'm like, yeah. He goes, lack of talent. I'm like, okay. I really got hopeful for an answer here. He hit me with a lack of talent, which I'm not going to argue with you.
He got me too. I was like, what the hell is he gonna? I was like, oh my God.
And then, we would tee off and we would hit these laser drives that are about 3 feet off the ground, just ripping across the grass, just going across. Oh my God, I hope it clears. It bounces. You see it bounce up. You're like, I think I might be good. Maybe I hit the cart pass saved it. No chance. No chance.
In the orchard.
It's in the orchard. Give it up. Get the new ball out. Joe just knows everything. He knows everything. It's right there to roast you.
And he was right. Every
time.
I was like, he's wrong. I think it's right there.
Every time.
Nope. You're not even close. I'm like, okay. We go over there. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. But, so my wife golfed in high school competitively. I think she got all league or something.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like whatever the league thing. And I said, well, because I run regularly, and I'm like, instead of being into running, I was just into golf. Like, what would my week schedule look like? She goes, you would probably be at the driving range like 2 or 3 days a week, and then maybe like 1 day a week you'd be having a coach, and then you'd be playing at least like 1 round a week. So that's like 5 days.
Okay.
That would be a lot of golf. I would hope we'd be getting better. You're playing fucking 5 days a week of golf.
Otherwise, just give them that.
It's an expensive little thing to get into, to really get into.
To really get into, yeah.
Because that means, so a box of Pro V balls is like what, $40, $50?
No idea.
So
I don't even look at them. I'm not even worth them.
Yeah.
I don't deserve them. I don't even look at them.
That's why I don't know the price, Cerny. But I mean, that turns that $70 green fee into 100 and 110, 120 real quick.
Oh, for us, yeah, if we start losing them. I would never even touch them unless I was confident.
No. I was
staying within the green.
It's all we can do to not scoop up a couple range balls when we're going by. Just because we know. We know that we'll just put them right back in the pot. Right back in the pot after this.
Going right back for a game. Don't worry.
Right back in there. But it was a good time. It was a good time.
Oh, it is. It was great. It was nice outside too. So
it was. We were just hanging out. Hadn't hung out with how long has it been? About a year probably since we saw each other.
Oh yeah, it's been about a year.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just, enjoyed it. Summer's here.
Yeah, take it easy.
Take it easy. Gotta kind of like check out a little bit on the mask thing. It's like, okay, we could just kind of get back to what it used to be like a little bit.
Yeah,
it was nice.
Just hanging out.
Fun. We weren't. No ookie cookie this time because COVID rules. So we had to. We
gotta play by those rules. So that's been postponed.
That we postponed that. That's
a later date.
That's Dana's birthday. We'll save that for Dana's birthday party. It's his thing anyway. It's his treat anyway.
Yeah, it's his little treat.
It's his little treat for himself. So, well, on the moment everyone's been waiting for, how did the standings come out for the golf round, Cerny? Now, I was very vocal. I wanted to beat Dana.
Well, I think Joe had an 87, and he was number one.
Okay.
Dana had a 102, I think, or
respectable.
107, 102. He's right there.
Which
what I have?
I
think I had a 112,
110, or 112 or something.
Yeah. I forget what you had. Like a
120, 120, 130. Yeah, it wasn't pretty,
so,
and that was a gift.
Dana.
Because Joe would be like, "What'd you have?" And whatever Cerny would say, I would just add 2. Usually,
we had a lot of crooked numbers. As you like to say.
Joe's only like, "I'm only putting 10." So if you got higher than 10, don't tell me that. I'm like, okay,
double bogey. It's all goes up to. Which is how it was. You just pick your ball up after, a double bogey.
That's how it was. But I mean, I need full help on every aspect of the golf game: driving, short game, middle game, putting, fairways. I need help on everything. I don't think there's one area that I feel great in.
Oh, I'm right there with you. I'm not comfortable in anything.
I mean, the part driving the golf cart, I feel pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Drinking the beer? No, I could do that.
Knock
Mine's
back
close.
a couple wobbly pops, no problem. Keep it between the lines and the golf cart path. Usually pretty good on that. But
Usually.
now, if there's any golf or budding golf pros out here that want, maybe how we're all into Joshua Wiseman, Cerny, we need to find the Joshua Wiseman of golf.
Of golf. I like that. I didn't even think about that. Holy shit.
So if you know the Joshua Wiseman YouTube golf channel that Cerny and I can watch and brush up on a little technique or just some
The Cern Show at gmail.com. Send it right to us.
Send it
Click
right
the
over.
link. You can send to us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, anything Chip and Cern Show, but
Yeah.
send it over, please.
Send it on over. I was disappointed to see the ball washing stations locked up. Those always go
I
for
noticed
one
at
or
the
two
very
good
end
jokes.
of the ball washing station was actually on the cart. When we were unloading our
Yes.
bags, I looked down. I was like, "Oh fuck!" It was here the whole time.
They had a whole thing, and the carts. Some of the other golf courses we played at have sprung for the upgraded carts, and they have little USB chargers, so you could like plug your iPhone in, which is a nice
Yep.
touch. Didn't have it on these. They opted
No,
for
he
the,
did tell me
the
that they
budgets.
are getting new carts because remember there's a crack in the windshield. So I want to say, "Hey,
Oh,
this
right.
isn't me." Just letting you know right now before I drive away with this thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, if anyone
we're
would
getting
get a
new
crack in
carts,
the
don't worry about it.
windshield, it'd be us.
Oh yeah,
Because Joe
That's
would
what I
like
was like,
tee
let me-
off right into the
I need to let
windshield.
him know right now because there might be some tomfoolery. He may have to come out and talk to us and then
Before
try to pin
any
us on something.
accusations start, this hole was here before we started. Just let it be known.
So you know,
Just like
you
when
may
you
have
get the
to talk to
rental
us
car.
later on, but not for the hole.
The credit card on file will pay for everything but this hole, sir. But the hole. Oh, anywho, we're vaxxed up, Cerny. Vaxxed and waxed.
Hot girl summer.
Hot girl summer's coming. Can't wait. It's only gonna get better. It's only looking forward to it.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Oh yeah.
Pool's opening up. Giddy up.
Giddy up.
Giddy up. Giddy up. Well, I know at your house you have some rules if you're going to be over. You have to wash your balls and your pussy and your hands and all that sort of stuff. So I want to make sure I'm always
Especially if you
doing
get in the
that.
pool.
If you get in the pool, you got to wash your ass. That's number one.
I don't want
rule.
to. Don't take my chemicals in my pool for a spin. I don't want to.
No,
do that.
yeah, don't want to really test those things out. That's something you just trust in
Don't
that.
throw
it
them out of
works.
whack.
Yeah,
I can tell.
totally. So keep doing that. Wear your mask, if it's appropriate and all that good stuff. Wash your hands. And until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm certain.
Cheers.